It all started as an innocuous idea among a group of college students who had always been fascinated by the supernatural legends that surrounded their hometown. We believed ourselves invincible and foolishly thought we could unravel any mystery. How naive we were. Looking back, I can see how easily we ignored the warnings that came with exploring such taboo topics. But it was precisely because of those stories that we found ourselves so intrigued and eager to prove or disprove their veracity, and thus began our misadventures into making the greatest student documentary of all time, The Transformation Files. Our team consisted of 6 individuals, each with varying skill sets, suited for capturing the perfect footage required to make our dream project come alive. Amidst our discussions, we stumbled across the rumor of a supposedly cursed family living in the heart of the nearby forest who transformed into werewolves once a month during the full moon cycle. It seemed like too good a story to pass up, especially since no one had dared investigate previously due to the tales of vicious attacks associated with family members during their transformation. That made it even more appealing to us. After weeks of planning, preparing equipment, and gathering information, we set off on a fateful hike into the woods towards the alleged werewolf resident. As we trudged through the dense underbrush and towering trees, nothing seemed amiss at first. The sun shone brightly overhead, casting long shadows over the uneven terrain below. We chatted amongst ourselves, sharing personal histories related to past encounters with strange happenings. One team member recalled how her grandmother warned her repeatedly to stay clear of the woods at nightfall, claiming she heard the haunting howls of wolves mimicking human voices. Another friend recounted a childhood scare involving a wild dog attack, which resulted in deep lacerations requiring medical attention. These stories added fuel to the fire burning inside of us, urging us forward to reach the truth concealed within the foggy depths ahead. Towards midnight, we finally arrived at a dilapidated cabin nestled deep within the woods. Its rustic appearance and worn-out exterior served as an ominous preview of what awaited us. Nervously, we grappled with our camera gear, hoping to capture any unusual occurrences without drawing undue attention to ourselves. Taking turns, we took positions around the cabin, ensuring maximum coverage of potential events while hiding behind thick tree trunks or bushes to avoid detection. Several hours passed by without anything remarkable happening until sudden silence engulfed the area as my eyes adjusted to the dim light. I focused on the figure lying before me. At first glance, he appeared to be in his late 20s, with short brown hair and piercing green eyes that locked onto mine. He wore tattered clothing similar to what the other members of his pack would wear later. With great difficulty, he spoke slowly and deliberately. His voice carried a note of warning, but also despair. "You should leave now," he whispered hoarsely. "Get out of here before it's full moon." I felt conflicted. Part of me wanted to believe him and head back with the others, while another side pushed me to remain curious and learn more from this man trapped between worlds. In retrospect, I know I shouldn't have engaged him further, but I couldn't resist the chance to understand what turned these humans into something else entirely. My decision proved costly. "If you want to live, listen closely," he continued, pausing to catch his breath after speaking. We are not evil creatures, nor are we demons spawned from Satan himself. Our curse comes from generations gone by, instilled by blood magic cast upon our ancestors centuries ago. They chose the wrong path, seeking power rather than wisdom and knowledge. He leaned closer, his words growing louder with intensity, as if to emphasize his determination. To break this vile spell requires more than mere mortal efforts. Your science cannot defeat our affliction unless combined with ancient methods and tools abandoned by society long ago. Leave now and forget everything you have seen tonight. No good will come of delving deeper into our lives and forget everything you have seen tonight, suffering alongside us. His last statement echoed my initial fears of being targeted by these shapeshifters. Perhaps he sensed my trepidation, but I refused to relent or accept his advice. Insatiably driven to dig deeper, I pressed onward. How often does your change occur? I asked, holding the microphone nearer to his face to record his answer for posterity. The man winced, closing his eyes briefly before answering softly. Once per lunar cycle. When darkness consumes the sky above, we transform. Once again I became lost in thoughts about our own transformation process when suddenly a deafening wail broke through the quiet stillness of the forest. The sound grew stronger by the second, sending chills down my spine. Before I could react, the unthinkable occurred. The door flew open, revealing a horde of snarling figures emerging from within the cabin. Their faces twisted, features altered into grotesque masks of ferocity. Hair sprouted from previously smooth skin, and teeth elongated, becoming razor-sharp fangs ready to rend flesh. The sight alone made my stomach turn, yet I remained determined to film every moment without hesitation. Though heavily outnumbered, I stood firm beside the single figure. Adrenaline pumped through my veins, fueled by both terror and excitement. Shakily, I raised my hand-mounted camera, refusing to let go of hope despite the daunting situation. In sync with each other, the newly formed beasts charged forth in masse, creating chaos as they went. Trees splintered underfoot, branches crashed together, and leaves scattered everywhere, marking the passage of these supernatural predators rushing straight toward me. Too far from safety, I braced myself for whatever might come next. Amid the pandemonium, I captured several crucial moments of the transformation, thanks to my colleagues wisely positioning themselves throughout the area to capture different angles. For a brief instant, I allowed regret to overcome me, wishing I'd listened to the cabin dweller instead of pursuing this obsession. But those feelings quickly dissipated, replaced by pure fascination and the desire to chronicle history in the making. Within minutes, the harrowing event ended, leaving us in complete shock. Only then did I recall the cameras trained upon us, recording every move, reaction, and expression. How ironic that our goal to document the mysterious transformations led to us becoming the subjects of scrutiny ourselves. A wave of self-consciousness washed over me, followed shortly thereafter by concern for the safety of everyone involved. It would take some time to sort through all available footage. We pieced together evidence with diligence and precision, hoping to make sense of the phenomenal occurrence and perhaps find solutions for any future occurrences. Meanwhile, An unprecedented discovery would surface as we combed through video fragments at various locations at around 1:07 a.m. precisely, just as I had finished analyzing footage taken by Tina and Jake. A strange artifact caught my attention in one frame. It seemed almost blurry initially, barely discernible against the nighttime foliage. My heart raced as I zoomed in on the object, unsure whether it constituted proof or another dead end. My jaw dropped in disbelief as I viewed the contents of the screen. Could this possibly explain how the villagers maintained control during their transformations? Without delay, I informed the rest of the team, who gathered anxiously behind me to witness the revelation. Suddenly, we detected faint whispers originating from outside the tent. Peering beyond the walls, we noticed 6 individuals standing together, peering at us intently. This unexpected visitation left our nerves frayed once more. The villagers, having heard our discussions regarding the mysterious object, must have come to confront us directly. Pickle opened the entrance flap, stepping forward bravely as I followed suit. All present gazed into the faces of these werewolves, silhouetted by bright moonshine, illuminating the clearing. A palpable tension hung heavy in the air, amplified by the surrounding trees and shadows. Every gesture and word exchanged felt monumentally important, and for the sake of progress, we dared not err. Uncharacteristically, Pickle began the conversation, addressing them respectfully yet assertively. "Good evening," she greeted cordially. "We've been investigating the unusual circumstances surrounding your community's monthly transformations. After much effort and experimentation, we believe we may possess knowledge capable of assisting you." One particular villager, older than most and adorned with dark clothing and a thick silver pendant around her neck, stepped forward. "You propose?" the elderly woman asked sternly. Her voice carried authority, demanding answers without invoking hostility. Maintaining eye contact, Pickle gestured for me to produce the now infamous fragment of evidence. With steady hands, I presented the enhanced image of what appeared to be a small crystal attached to an intricate metal base, its purpose indiscernible but potentially integral to understanding the secrets behind the villagers' transformations. The elderly villager approached warily, examining the enlarged projection with careful interest before turning back to us. She spoke softly but emphatically, emphasizing the importance of guarding such information tightly. "This item is sacred to us," the village elder declared cryptically. "Its existence has sustained our kind since ancient times, allowing us to shape the world according to our will and protect our land from intruders like yourself. You hold a powerful tool. Use it responsibly. Knowledge shared is power multiplied." She gestured for Pickle to follow her, leading us toward a dense part of the woods where moonlight struggled to penetrate. As if hypnotized by their leader's command, we obeyed, unsure exactly why, willingly ventured deeper into the treacherous woods, away from safety. Mere steps later, the darkness seemed alive, swallowing us whole. Finally, after navigating twisting pathways, the group halted near a concealed alcove camouflaged by vegetation. Our eyes adjusted slowly to the dim glow originating from within, eventually recognizing a large stone altar nestled amidst towering roots. Atop lay the peculiar artifact pickle, and I had discovered, albeit larger and seemingly more complex. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.